So Jenny has decided that maybe becoming a Hare Krishna is not the way that she's going to stay in India, and that's what I want to talk about today. Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Debbie. I am the She in Sheality TV. But first things first, I primarily talk about reality TV goings on this channel, but I recently started a new channel that is mostly social and lifestyle commentary, and that channel is called Brain Candy. I'll leave the link to that channel in the description box for this video below. Now let's get back to reality. So, like I said in the intro, Jenny has decided that becoming a Hare Krishna is probably not the way that she should be trying to stay in India, because she actually had to go learn more about the religion, where one of the, I'll call him an elder or someone who knows about Hare Krishna, told her that she actually has to be in it. Like, they have a program by which some individuals can stay in India, but they're not doing it because they can stay in India to do it. They're doing it because they truly are a member of the religion or a devotee of the religion, and they have to live at the, I'll call it a place of worship. So she goes back and she tells Sumit that, it's just, she can't do it. She can't use that to stay in India, which, you know what? You shouldn't be able to use it to stay in India, because that's rude. You don't just use someone else's religion to stay in a country with your catfish boyfriend. That's just rude. So I'm kind of happy that that blew up in her face. But anyway, she's deciding, or for the sake of the camera, because who knows, that, you know what, I've had enough of this, and like, I can't do this anymore. But it's been 10 years. You should have had enough of this like 9 years ago. Right? It should have been enough 9 years ago. Like, you've had 10 years worth of rope, right? Like, that's not enough. She has given this man 10 years worth of rope. 10 years. And now she's done. Now she's done because she can't stay in the country. She's been going back and forth for 10 years. 10 years. That's a long time. That's a lot of wasted time, a lot of wasted energy. And maybe she doesn't feel like it's wasted time because, she got to spend that time with him. But I guarantee you, okay, I want to make this call. You guys might not agree, but I guarantee you that if she found out that Sumit was a 60-year-old man behind that picture of the gorgeous dude, if she found out that he was a 60-year-old man and not a 20-something-year-old man, she would never have continued the relationship. She wouldn't have. She is impressed by his age. She is impressed by the fact that she could get a 30-something-year-old man, or 10 years ago, a 20-something-year-old. And that's why the whole catfish thing didn't matter to her. That's just my opinion. And some of you will agree with me, and some of you will be like, oh, no, that's not right. She actually loves him. Whatever. This dude has been stringing her along for 10 years. You think Jenny would have allowed a 60-year-old man to string her along for 10 years? No. She's kind of impressed with herself that she could get a 20-something-year-old. And I'm talking about 10 years ago, right? There's no way she would let an old man string her along like that. No way. But anyways, that's my opinion. I'm sticking to it. Let's talk about Armando and Kenny. So Kenny and Armando are getting married. And we find out in this episode that Armando's dad still doesn't know that he's even engaged, okay? Now, Armando's dad is Mexican. He's old school. Of course, he's older because Armando is in his 30s. So his dad is probably in his late 50s, early 60s, and he's super old school, and it is what it is, right? But he does not agree / is not comfortable with the fact that his son is gay, for one, and he doesn't even know that he's getting married, right? So he's not happy with the fact that his son is in a relationship with Kenny or another man at all. And I'm just getting offside here for a second. Anybody ever think about the fact that Kenny and Armando's relationship outside of the whole catfishing thing, is a lot like Jenny and Sumit with regard to age, because Jenny is 62 and Kenny is what, 57, 58, which is only a 4-year difference. But Sumit is 32 and Armando is 31. So there's still like 26 years between Kenny and Armando, and 30 years between Jenny and Sumit, right? That's a long time. Sorry for all the sirens, guys. I have no idea what's going on out there. I hope somebody's okay. But anyway, yeah, the age difference, same thing, right? Anyways, they're planning their wedding. Kenny and Armando are planning their wedding. And, you know, Armando is talking about having 100 guests. And honestly, guys, I think this is a production thing. Strictly because Armando doesn't strike me as the type of person who would want to have 100 or 200 people at his wedding. He doesn't strike me as that type, right? Because from the first time that we met Armando, he seemed very down to earth and, you know, like a nice, kind person. I'm not saying that he's not a kind person, but now he's turned into a total brozilla. And yeah, I'm kind of not digging the attitude, like the whole, well, you're paying for everything attitude with Kenny, so I'm gonna go over the top. It's rubbing me wrong. He's turned from like sweet, nice Armando into a complete brozilla, and I don't know, I'm not feeling it. Anyways, Kenny's daughter comes to visit, and, you know, he's feeling some type of way about the fact that he's not close to his family, because remember, he moved from Florida somewhere to Mexico to be with Armando, right? I don't know, and his daughter comes to visit and he gets all emotional, and the daughter gets emotional because she feels like the person who was the glue for their family has moved away and now she has to be the glue. So she's not like resentful of Kenny for moving for his own happiness, but she's kind of, it seems like she's feeling some type of way about the fact that now she has to be the glue. And I mean, hey, she's entitled to her feelings, right? But anyway, not a whole lot happens between these two couples. I guess Kenny and Armando will figure out their stuff, and, you know, Jenny and what's her name, whatever, Sumit will figure out their stuff. But let's move on. Let's talk about our favorite couple. Let's talk about Corey and Evelyn. So in my last video, I said, I don't know, it's floating around in the air somewhere that Corey and Evelyn may already be married, but who knows, that might be a production thing, it might not. But Evelyn told her sisters in this episode that she and Corey snuck away a year ago and got married. So they're already married and have been for a year. So I don't know what all this big wedding planning thing and blah, blah. I mean, I get it, she wants her family to be at the wedding now because nobody even knew they were married. But why not just have a ceremony with the family instead of planning this big supposed $40,000 or $50,000 wedding? Like, I'm not even buying that. I'm not buying it because she's in Ecuador, okay? I live in a place where a $40,000, $50,000 wedding is still a BFD, right? And she's in Ecuador. Like, it should take a whole hell of a lot less to make a grand wedding in Ecuador, but I don't know. Like I said, I feel like it's some kind of a scheme, but I don't know. Given the fact that she and Corey are married, who knows? Like, when I say that I'm like just over all of the mind games and the BS with these shows, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like, you know, who nobody knew that Corey and Evelyn were married a year ago, or very few people knew that Corey and Evelyn were married a year ago. But, you know, we're all kind of going along like they're not married, and they have to play like they're not married. And like, it's just, yeah, it feels like a waste. It feels like a waste of energy, right? It feels like they're wasting the energy for the sake of eyeballs, right? Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, I don't understand what all this big deal is where she's playing like she doesn't want to get married and all that other kind of stuff when she reveals now that they're already married. So what was all of that for? Does that make sense? You know, am I making sense with that? Like, what was all of that talk about? All of that, I don't want to get married, I don't want to get married. Bitch, you've been married. You are married. So, the fakeness, I just can't do it. Anyways, in my next video, I'm going to be talking about real reality, Like I told you guys in my last video, I can't keep up with all the fake BS with these shows, and like I said, it feels like a waste of energy. But yeah, I want to tell you guys about some of the stuff that I'm like tripping over on YouTube, and that's what my next video will be about. But anyways, I hope you'll join me for that one. Don't forget to come visit me over on Brain Candy, and I'll see you next time.